Opportunity cost. How do you know if what you're doing now is better or worse than what you could be doing? Roll the intro. The idea is simple. Every day I go live for about 10 minutes. We talk about digital marketing, mindset, success, personal development. In the process, I reveal the hidden secrets of the universe. I just got off a call. That's why I'm a few minutes late doing this. I just got off a call with someone, and I like to keep an open mind. I like to know what will get me where I want to go, what vehicle I should be in. All right? There's no easy way to do anything worth doing. The challenge is knowing which hard way to take. In other words, there's so many variables that we can't see. Specifically, I got on this call with a person who wants me to sell insurance. Their business model is MLM, multi-level marketing. Now, before you judge me for considering this, there are people that do make money in MLM kind of business models. Granted, it's impossible to make unlimited. There is a ceiling, like mathematically. There is a ceiling to how much you can make in an MLM business model. The top person always makes more money. The bottom people never make more money than the top. There are other business models where that is not true. Like there is unlimited. If you're an entrepreneur, there's unlimited amount of money you can make. If you solve the right problem for the right person, if you're in the right vehicle. And the challenge is, how do you know what to do with your skill set? So now I enjoy helping businesses to get more customers. So I don't want to stop doing that. The idea is to increase my income, and you should be increasing your income. So to do that, I learned this the hard way. You can't stop your income. You can't, if you have a job, you can't just quit your job and expect to make more money, because you're stopping that flow. I know this. I knew it. I learned the hard way. I did that before. And so what so many people do, a ton of people do, is they want to quit their 9-to-5. So how do you know when to quit your 9-to-5? Like usually they want to quit just because they don't enjoy it, but no one asked them if they enjoyed it in the first place. They want to quit because they want to be their own boss, which is the biggest scam in the world. The be your own boss thing is a terrible idea. Why? I'll tell you why. For me, is because I'm the worst boss I ever had. Because I let myself slide when I shouldn't sometimes. So I look for every opportunity to fire myself, but I still have to keep the income flowing, and I want to stack my income. So that's why I've been considering the possibility of getting into selling these financial products in this MLM business model. All right, but I haven't committed to it until I know it's worth doing. Because what I'm trying to figure out is the opportunity cost. So if it's okay with you guys, I'm voicing this with you so we can explore this together. The opportunity cost, if you don't do something, if you don't take an opportunity, especially if it looks good, like short term. Like if you look at short term, what you're doing now is not making a lot of money. And if you have option B, so let's say option A, what you're currently doing, you're not making the kind of immediate income that you want. Option B looks like you could make more on the short term, not the long. You can't see long term enough. It doesn't look like long term you can make more. All right. So if you want to make more short term, then you would go with the option. Say if option B gives you more short term, you should go with option B. But the long game is what the big players play. Okay, study the billionaires of the world. Study the big guys, the famous guys we know, like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, are like some of the top guys. Charlie Munger plays the long game. Long game always wins. If someone can, like, for example, let's think like a corporation. Sony, the corporation Sony. Watch, I'll get ads for Sony because I'm triggering. I'm saying the brand name, so Facebook is gonna send me ads. Watch. Anyway, Sony is a company that started about 200 years ago. I didn't do any research before I brought this up, but I'm aware of that they started at least 200 years ago selling something else, not electronics. And we know this brand today, after hundreds of years, they're still a solvent, strong brand. I'm sure they've had their ups and downs. Now, even, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard somewhere that even Jeff Bezos didn't know if Amazon would exist in like 30 years or 100 years. I don't have the specifics, I'm sorry, but I remember hearing something about this. My point is that this guy, like Jeff Bezos, thinks 100 years into the future. Sony thinks 200 years in the future. The problem with most of us is we only think 5 years, 10 years into the future, when we should be thinking of 100 years, generations. So that's what I'm trying to do, is think generations from now. Will the generation, my future kids, I don't have kids at this moment, but when I do someday, God willing, I want to be able to leave an inheritance to them, because I believe that a good person is a person who leaves an inheritance to their children's children. So that's my goal. That's my divine target, if you will. I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but that's my divine thing, my value, my guiding value, if you will, is to leave an inheritance to my children's children. So I need to decide now, like, what can I do today so my grandchildren can have a good life, as much as I can help it. Sure, things happen. Like, we don't know how much the economy will change and how much the landscape will change. But we can look at the first principles of the situation. Like, what do we know for sure? We know for sure that owning real estate, owning hard assets, cash flow assets, are the surest way to build wealth. So what can I do to get to that level? We don't know if Bitcoin is a bubble and is actually a thing that we should invest in, even though it's interesting and fun and people are having a good time with it. But we do know that what we do now matters for future us's, future us depends on now us. So, what's the opportunity cost of what I do or don't do now? What are the opportunity costs of my choices now? That's my question. That's something that you should be thinking about too. If you're at a point where you're just scraping by, it's hard to think long term. But that's what I'm weighing right now is, can I stack my income? I'm working for a company now. What can I do to make more money for them? That makes me more valuable. What can I do to make more money for my company now? And I want to stack my income because as an entrepreneur and working for entrepreneurs and working with entrepreneurs, we get it. We know we don't have to. It's too risky to put all your life into one job. You have to diversify your income. So how can I diversify my income effectively? They need to be in alignment. So that's what I'm looking at. So if I entertain the idea of selling insurance products in an MLM business structure, is that a bad idea? Thinking about it, you can see me thinking about it right now. Because I don't want it to take away from my first thing, my main thing. I wanted to add, I wanted to stack them up. So that's the goal. That's what I'm working on. How to stack them up, how to stack your income, how to be in alignment with your assignment. All right. So my show today was me talking something through. I hope you're okay with that. I hope that helps you with decisions you're making too. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Be amazing. I have spoken.